as we prepare to take the next few minutes just to move through some things and take time to reflect on this past year, find yourself in a child's pose. Knees wide, toes together. Or you can take the thighs to touch and just rest the belly over the thighs. Maybe working the arms forward, feeling the shoulders stay in the socket as you just reach from the outer armpit forward and elongate. Just start to find a deeper rhythm in your breath. Moving your breathing in and out your nose with your lips sealed, just to create some heat within your body. As we find ourselves in this liminal space of time between one year and the next, in anticipation of what's to come and an ending of a difficult year, knowing that we're still not fully through it. This past year was such a significant year in our history, marked with so many different emotions. Just find a full, slow breath in. Maybe just sigh into your mouth, into your mat, open mouth. I've been thinking a lot how this year has shaped us, how it's impacted the way we think, the way we behave and interact. I know we're still in the thick of things and we don't yet have that hindsight vision, but I know we've been influenced and it's going to affect how we move forward. From here, you can thread that right arm underneath the left, coming onto your right shoulder and your right cheek. Just take a few breaths in a twist. I was listening to the Robcast recently, and his wife was talking about this visual of water that really stuck with me. A mentor of hers was talking about how water, when it's restricted, will always find another way through. You can switch sides in that twisted child's pose, taking the left arm under the right. And this year has been marked with so many restrictions, and it's caused us to think about new ways of doing things. We've been forced to find new paths to take, just like that water is forced to find another way through. It's been a year we've reimagined and we were pushed to think creatively. You can come out of that twist. We'll just take one more little move in our child's pose. So lifting your upper body up, just start to walk your upper body over towards the right side. And then just melting down so the arms are off to the right side. Maybe that left finger, those left fingers can reach a little further forward. Gently guide both shoulders down towards the mat, towards the ground. And just feel that left side opening and breathe new space there. So I was thinking in the quiet of this mini movement, let's just reflect on the image of restricted water. If you can reflect back on this past year, where did you experience the most restrictions? Just let thoughts come to mind, experiences. Find another slow breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Switching sides, walking yourself over back to center and then to the left. Keeping both shoulders squared to the ground, maybe right fingertips reach a little further out as you breathe into your right ribs. Expand that right side. How did you face those restrictions? How did it feel? Things that you were once so easy to do all of a sudden came to a halt. Old patterns, behaviors, well-worn paths of how we do things all of a sudden stopped. How did you process that? Let's come back center. And we'll just move with our breath through a little flow. So from your child's pose, take an inhale, pressing up to table. Then keep shifting yourself forward. Shoulders move past the wrists as you lower down. Exhale. On an inhale, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Press up to a low cobra. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale, lower the forehead to the mat. Inhale, press yourself back up table. Exhale, child's pose. On your in-breath, pressing back up table. As you're ready to exhale, shifting forward, lower all the way down, elbows bend back. Inhale, tops of the feet press down as you lift the chest and the gaze. Exhale, lower the forehead back down. Inhale, press to table. Exhale into child's pose. Just moving through that 2 times more on your own. Just thinking about yourself as this fluid water moving through, overcoming. There's so much you overcame this year. How did you move through it? What new ways did you find? How did you surprise yourself with the ways that you moved through the restrictions, that you found a new path? Once you find yourself back in a child's pose, pause there and then just press yourself up to a down dog. Walking out, bending one knee and then the next just to pedal it out. Let's lift the right leg up. Maybe if it feels good to you, bend the right knee, open the hip. Maybe you make circles with the ankle, one direction and then the next. And then shift forward, straighten that right leg, square the hips, shift forward, right knee to nose, and step your right foot between your hands. Drop your left knee down, uncurl the toes, and just take a few breaths here. You can keep your fingertips on the ground. You can interlace the hands above your right knee or reach the arms up. Just a few deep breaths. Even just engaging our breathing as though it's that flow of water moving into new spaces in our body. Notice where you feel restricted, even in your body. Where is the breath trying to move today? Find one more full inhale. As you exhale, if your fingertips aren't down, frame that front foot and just curl the back toes under, lift the knees, step to the top of your mat and fold it out. Taking 5 or 6 full deep breaths in a forward fold. Just releasing the neck, maybe swaying side to side. Again, just finding this element of water in our body, just light flow and movement. Just bringing our attention again to all these places of restriction and how did you creatively move through? Was anything surprising? Are there things that you did that maybe you want to take with you through this season. So you inhale, halfway lift, and then step back, high plank. And then on your exhale, just press to down dog, lifting your left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Just take a few breaths there. And then square the hip, straighten the leg. And shift forward, knee to nose. Step the left foot between your hands. Drop the right knee down. Uncurl the toes and just take a few breaths here, any posture with your arms. Breathing deeper into places of discomfort in our body. Knowing this was a year that was so uncomfortable. And we're still in it, and yet you've made it this far. As you're ready, just curl the back toes under. Lift the knee, step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, step back, high plank. From here, just drop the knees, coming into a table, and then just cross the ankles and sit back. Just find yourself in a simple seated on your mat. So we just take the last few moments here. Just thinking on these new pathways you've taken. What have they taught you? What insights do they have for you at the end of the year looking back? What did you discover in yourself this year? Just let whatever thoughts come to mind come without judgment. Just staying curious about yourself. Find a full breath in. Gentle exhale. Staying in this space with these questions as long as you have time, or maybe grabbing a journal and just taking a moment to write what thoughts came up, or to draw whatever expression you have.